Penguin Random House Audio presents Stop Me If You've Heard This One, a novel by Kristen Arnett. Read for you by Cameron Esposito. For anyone who's ever been called funny as an insult. Start every day with a smile and get it over with. Attributed to W.C. Fields. Here we are now. Entertain us. Nirvana. Smells like Teen Spirit. Cold open. You can tell a joke one of two ways. 1, open your mouth and say the damn thing. 2, wait for someone else to try to tell it for you. The second way is almost always funnier. People don't want to hear a punchline, they want to feel like they've beaten you to it. Pretend you're dumber than the audience, at least at first. And suddenly, you've got them eating from the palm of your hand. The real gag is waiting behind the scenes, tucked neatly inside the fake-out. It's an actual diamond ring disguised as a gaudy cubic zirconia. I'm telling this to the woman from the birthday party, but she's not listening. Her eyes have that faraway look, sleepy with desire. Lips part to reveal a slip of tongue and a back tooth gone inky with rot. I've got her up on the sink, underwear pulled down. She's jiggling her legs rapidly, knees knocking together because I'm taking too long. She's been after it since she opened the front door and found me waiting on her porch. Listen, I've been busy. For the past 2.5 hours, I've entertained her 6-year-old son, Danny, and his entire first-grade class in a sprawling suburban Central Florida backyard. I've built zoo animals from stringy, multi-hued balloons and pulled never-ending scarves from the ends of my belled sleeves. The bulbous yellow daisy on my lapel has shot water at the woman's husband, soaking the neck of his expensive Ralph Lauren polo. I've thrown a whipped cream pie into the moon of a child's upturned face and spritzed seltzer at an elderly schnauzer who took my rented pant leg between its tiny razor teeth and yanked until the hem unraveled. Come on, she says, voice breathy and impatient. Hurry. There's a swath of black hairs lining the top of her right ankle, a sprawl of red dots climbing the inside of her bare thigh from a shaving rash. She kicks free of her underwear and almost knees my nose off in her rush to get naked. I reach up to right it, smearing a lick of grease paint on my gloved fingertips. I'll have to wash them with dish soap right when I get home, or else they'll stain. I tell her this, but she doesn't care about that either. We've got 10 minutes, she says, which means we've got less time than that. I keep my clothes on because that's what she wants. The baggy polka dot blazer, the orange striped shirt and gold bow tie, the purple spangled suspenders, my oversized parachute pants with their lines of glittery silver thread, outlining the sperm-shaped squiggles of bright neon green. My shiny red shoes are long enough to bang into the side of the toilet bowl as I wrench off her blouse. Buttons plink onto the black and white tiled floor. Finally, she wraps her legs around my waist, feet bouncing against my back as I slip off a glove with my teeth so I can slide my fingers inside her. She looks away from my bare hand, not wanting to see anything that's not clown. She's paying for clown and has wanted clown since she called the agency's number 2 months earlier to plan her son's birthday party. She stares hungrily at my painted face, the wide slick of paint that surrounds my mouth, black and indigo triangles that shape my eyes, the iconic red foam nose that holds my overly hot breath inside its spongy interior. The wig I wear is powder blue, curls springy and cute, like a deranged Shirley Temple who just got back from Burning Man. Atop the wig sits a tiny rhinestone and suede cowboy hat I picked up one afternoon at a pet shop, which is now a staple of my clowning gear. I'm Bunko, a rodeo clown who's terrified of horses. Goes over great with the kids. Do you have a dick? I stop thrusting and look down at her, finding us suddenly off script. A dick? She licks her lips. Pink lipstick feathers at the corners of her mouth. Not a real dick. I know you're a female clown. I'm not dumb. I mean like a dick. A dick, I repeat, because our time together is nearing its inevitable conclusion and neither of us has gotten off. There's sudden shrieking inside the house, the bang of sneakers against the expensive maple floorboards, the groan of furniture as bodies ricochet against the walls. Soon her husband will do the thing that all husbands do when faced with a crew of screaming children. He will search for his missing wife. Also, I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but could you use the clown voice? I mean, I'm paying for the experience, you know? Shifting back into bunco is easy enough. I grin down at her and widen my eyes dramatically. "Let's see what I've got up my sleeve," I say, high-pitched and giggly, the tone I've worked to perfect since I took up clowning 8 years earlier. "I bet Bunko's got something just for you." I've got nothing like that in my clowning kit. All my dildos are at home, squirreled away inside my nightstand. But if I've learned anything from clowning, it's that there's always a way to turn nothing into something. I've entertained an entire backyard full of people with nothing but a wooden spoon and a cast-iron pan as accompaniment, drumming the theme from the Brady Bunch while simultaneously dancing a jig. I've landed a somersault on a slip and slide while juggling 3 Coke cans and somehow managed not to break my neck. If I can't MacGyver myself a dick out of thin air, then I need to find a new profession. Clowning is an excuse to make everyday life wildly, luxuriously absurd. I create a drum roll sound effect with my tongue, wriggling my fingers expectantly before delving inside the interior pocket of my coat. I rummage in there for a moment, allowing the expectation to build, and then suddenly produce a magic wand. Her eyes widen. Ooh, it's collapsible. I'd used it earlier at the party, tapping the brim of Bunko's undersized cowboy hat to summon a rubber snake, exclaiming in alarm when the wand broke into pieces and the reptile suddenly escaped. It gets a laugh every time, that stupid wand, and I hold it out in front of me now like I might actually create some real magic. As she tentatively takes it in her hands, I let it collapse. The woman screams with joy, legs immediately spreading as I command the wand erect again. It's not nearly as wide as a dildo. But it's not the size of the wand that matters, it's the motion of the potion that counts, and the woman seems thrilled with what I've produced. I prod it inside her as she stares up at my makeup-caked face, hands knotted in the sides of my bright blue wig, grunts spilling from between her closed lips as I hurry. We're definitely running out of time. It sounds like there's a stampede headed toward the bathroom, so many little bodies needing to purge their bladders and bowels after swilling cups of overly sugary lemonade and consuming a towering Publix layer cake that must have cost the woman a small fortune. People with money never think about what birthdays cost. No expenses spared for a kid who will barely remember the day. There's no other choice than to have a party because the alternative, no party, no gifts, is unthinkable for the upper middle class. They'll never have to waffle over a bank account and the teenage digits, deciding which birthday dreams get to live and which must crawl away and die. I should have charged more. She cranes upward and presses her face to mine, tongue slipping inside my mouth as she comes. I wrench backward and push her away, sure my makeup is ruined, and it must be, because some of it now coats the right side of her face in a Picasso-style swirl. Sudden banging on the bathroom door. The wand has collapsed again, slithering out of her body. I shove it back in my pocket as she yanks her underwear on, blonde hair mussed and frizzy from repeatedly rubbing against a stack of bright yellow hand towels. "Hurry," she says, but this time it's said with a trace of genuine fear as she works to scrub the grease paint stains from her chin with a wad of damp toilet paper. I clear my throat, but she won't look at me. My usefulness has reached its inevitable conclusion upon delivery of her orgasm. The clown must go back in the box. If I put out my hand and tried to touch her shoulder just now, she'd swat me off like a cloud of gnats. More shouting. It's the husband. He's agitated, demanding a response from his wife. "Marcia, are you okay? Marcia, answer me!" She looks more like a Samantha, I think, then pocket the thought for later as I climb inside the oversized tub and clear the windowsill of bath products. I shove the frame open and use the soap dish as a stepping stool, bottles of Pantene Pro-V and floral fragranced shower gel falling to the floor as I heft myself onto the lip, shower curtain wrapped around my scissoring legs. Shit, I say.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?